All right, we are now live on the Wade's Ventures YouTube channel. What's going on, guys? It has been forever. It feels like it's been forever. Really, it's only been about a week and a half, but it feels like it's been forever since we've done interviews. I've got, let me make sure. It has been forever. All right. Feels like it's been forever since we've... Hold on, guys. Hold on. Okay, good. All right, so welcome in, guys. Let me say hello to some people in chat here, and then we will get going on today's amazing interview. Hickory, what's going on? You guys know that we have a live show between me and Hickory, so I'm excited for that. Kelly, what's going on? Resell, what is going on? I was at your live show on your YouTube channel. I thought that was amazing. You're doing live shows now. Cindy, Lisa, what's going on? Connie, welcome in. Beth, 10 of Hearts, another great YouTube channel, guys. Mr. Pac-Man, I'm going to say he was my admin before anybody else, and he is the most amazing admin on the YouTube channel, and also everybody else's YouTube channel that ever makes him an admin. He's fantastic. Flip it. What's going on, my man? How are you? This guy looks fantastic in denim jackets, guys. Go check out his YouTube channel. Also, Flip It was on the channel recently, and he did this really cool tutorial on how to white out clothes and different things using some apps. So go check his YouTube channel out. Go check that out. In fact, you can put your link in if you want, by the way. Gina, what's going on? Gina told me 100% that she's going to eBay Open 2019. So you better, Gina. Hunt, what's going on? Scrappy, what's going on? All right, Paul, what's going on? How are you? So let's get into this. Joanna, what's going on? How are you? So guys, I feel like it's been forever since we've had an interview, and I wanted to bring the hammer today and bring an amazing guest on our channel. A really cool guest that has not only been supporting this channel by watching other interviews, but I think it's only fair. Let me tell you what happened, guys, before we introduce this guest. This is what she did, guys. She messaged me on Instagram, like everybody does. Wade, can I do a pop-up resell video? And what did I say? I bring the mic up when it's really important. I said, pop-up? No. Not that the pop-up's bad, but you got to be on here live. So, yeah, so that's what we did. We made sure she was the first guest from the show going live. So, all right, without further ado, you guys know the drill. Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays. I skipped this Monday, so we're doing Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We have really cool people in our community if you're new to this channel. And the purpose of this is to invite really cool people that aren't necessarily big on social media yet, that could be. Gems in our community that have done reselling. And it doesn't need to be people that are real famous. You can have no YouTube channel, no Instagram to be on this channel with me live, just to kind of tell your story. And at the beginning, we're going to ask personal questions. Then we're going to get into reselling and try to get you some nuggets. So welcome in. If you're new to this channel, make sure you subscribe and hit the like button, guys. That way this video can get out to more people. And without further ado, I'm going to hand the mic over to a lady that is married to a gentleman that has done over 19 years of service to this country. And so without further ado, let me hand it over to our guest so she can introduce herself.
Okay, so hi guys, my name is Amy, Hollywood Rage. And first I wanted to give you a little backstory on how I got started selling online. So I'll tell you a little bit about my personal life first. My husband and I, we were high school sweethearts, and we actually started dating when I was 13 and he was 15. So we were really young, and we've been married now for 25 years. We have 3 daughters right now. 2 are grown and 1 is 15. And when we graduated from high school, we started having kids right away. We got married. He joined the Army. And so I wanted to make money, but still be able to stay at home with my children and raise them. So we were stationed in Germany at the time. And over in Germany, there were not a lot of opportunities for foreigners to make money. So I did Army certified family child care at the time. And we got orders to move to Oklahoma. And that's really where my online selling got kicked off. And this was back in 1999. I've been a seller online off and on for 19 years. And I come from a line of entrepreneurs. My father was a carpenter. He had his own business. And him and my mother, they owned a grocery store at one time. They owned a restaurant. They owned a concession trailer. And none of that stuff ever really stuck. But one day my parents were at a flea market. And there was a man there, and he was selling his t-shirt business. And my parents bought the business from him. And this was a business where you would take like a plain t-shirt and a heat transfer and a heat press machine, and you would press the heat transfer onto the t-shirt. And so they got started in that, and it was going really good. And we decided when we were in Oklahoma that we would get started in the business also, since it was going so good for my parents. So we purchased a heat press. And it's actually the heat press that you see over here in this corner. That thing is like 20 years old, and it is still going strong. But we bought that, and we started going to festivals, and we started setting up at flea markets selling the t-shirts. And we would make like $600 in a weekend. And back then in like 1999, that was pretty good money, like $600 in a weekend. So we were doing that, and then I started selling the t-shirts online on places like eCrater. I don't know if y'all are familiar with that, but I sold on eCrater, and then I sold on eBay also. And it was going really good, but then my husband came down on orders to go to Hawaii. So I stopped selling online because in Hawaii, it was kind of expensive to get merchandise shipped over there. And there was really nowhere to like go on to flea markets and stuff and sell. So I just kind of gave it up at that time. And I got a really good offer to work as a nurse, because I'm actually a nurse by trade. But I got an offer to work for the Army as a nurse. And so I did that for a while. And then we came down on orders to move to Colorado. And now this is really like where my business bloomed when we got to Colorado, because we got to Colorado in October, and my husband found out once we got there that he was going to Afghanistan in January. And so I got another offer to work for the Army, but I turned it down because I knew it was going to be too much to try to work, and my husband being gone and us having 3 kids. So at that time, I had received a bonus of $1,000 after I left my job in Hawaii. And I took that $1,000 and I invested it in some wholesale orders for boutique clothing. And I literally had like one rack of clothes in my bedroom, and it was like one of the flimsy racks that you get from Walmart. And it was jam-packed with clothes. And I started listing again on eBay, selling them. And it was going really good. And I took all of the money I made from those clothes and I reinvested it. And that one rack of clothes ended up turning into a 2-car garage full of racks, like jam-packed with racks. And we were even like hanging clothes from the rails that lifts up the garage door. Like we were just trying to find anywhere to put these clothes. And it had really taken off. And I actually was starting to make like 6 figures a year selling the boutique items. And I was like able to pay off our vehicle with the money. We were making like all kind of home improvements and stuff. And then eBay went and they switched up things like they're known for doing, right? Like that's what they're known for, switching up everything. And I guess at the time they were switching over to Cassini. I'm not exactly sure if it was Cassini back then, but they had switched up their search. And they had also implemented a 5-star rating system at the time. And so I don't know if like any of you guys were back on eBay then. I'm sure some of you guys were. This was probably like in 2011. But the rating system that they put in place was where buyers would rate us on like 5 different areas, like item as described, shipping time, shipping costs, and there were like a couple more things. And the feedback counted towards us also. And it was just like a huge disaster. And if a buyer rated you anything under 5 stars, it knocked you down so far. And like I had became a below standard seller at that time. Like I went from top rated to below standard because of this. And it just really impacted my business. And we had a certain type of pants that we were selling at the time. Like we probably sold hundreds and hundreds of these pants. And if someone did a search for the pants, those pants was like the first listing that would always show up. And that's how we sold so many of them. But when eBay changed everything up, like our listing was nowhere to be found in search at that time. And so we went from making 6 figures on eBay down to about 20 to 30,000 a year. And so I got really discouraged, and I got frustrated, and I got burnt out, and I just gave it up, and I went back to work for the Army as a nurse again. And then we moved one more time. My husband retired. We've been back closer to home, and I went to work for the VA for a couple of years. But the whole time that I was working for the VA, I was seeing all these people opening up boutiques and all these people selling online. And I would be at work just thinking about selling. That's all I could think about. Like I didn't want to be at work. I wanted to be at home doing my own thing. And so my father got really sick, and I decided to quit my job so that I could stay home and take him to doctor's appointments and things like that. And in March of 2017, he passed away. And so after that happened, I just decided to jump back into selling, and I've been going at it now for 1.5 years. And it's changed so much since I've been back into it. Like back then, you know, a long time ago, there was no reseller community, no videos on YouTube. YouTube back then was just, I mean, there was barely nothing on there. And I would go on YouTube and I would search for videos because I wanted to see how other sellers were operating their business and how they were doing things. And there was just no information out there. But now you can find so much information on YouTube. And so I started out selling boutique items. And then about 5 months ago, I implemented thrifted items into my selling. So I've only, you know, haven't been thrifting and stuff that long, but I saw where a lot of people were going to the bins and buying items and reselling. So I got started in it, and it's been going really good. It's a lot more profitable, I think, than selling boutique items. And right now I have one employee, and he takes photos for me, and he lists everything for me on Poshmark and eBay as drafts. And then I go in and I edit everything because I want to have final control over the listings and make sure there's no errors. And he's actually my daughter's boyfriend. So they come to visit us every weekend, and he'll bring the stuff that he's worked on, and he'll pick up another load and he'll take it back. And he just keeps doing like that. Yeah, that's basically my journey on selling. I know that was probably a lot.
Hey, I'm available pretty much all this week if you want to come on and do my shows. You are amazing. All right, shout out to Lou Hustles, guys. Really cool interview that I did with him. I appreciate your love, Lou Hustles. And I appreciate the super chat more than you know. You are very genuine, and you've got a great YouTube channel. So, guys, go check him out. One of the best banners in the business. Got a great YouTube channel. And I always appreciate your guys' support. I always say this every show because there's nothing else I can say, but I wish I can like virtually like fist pump you guys or give you guys a high five. So I appreciate your supports. Wow. We have a lot. I have a lot to. You are a very easy interview. You are very easy. First of all, we need to take a couple steps back though, because you completely crushed it. So where did we get Hollywood Rage? Where's the name? Where did that name come from?
Okay. So, like I said, when I started selling, I was selling boutique items, right? And so, you know, a lot of the names now have like thrifted and that kind of stuff in it, but I was trying to get something that kind of fit like a boutique, and I wanted something that was memorable. And also like I was talking about the pants earlier that we were selling, it was a type of pants that a lot of celebrities were wearing in Hollywood. So it kind of inspired the whole Hollywood Rage name, because the pants were all the rage in Hollywood.
I got it. Somebody should create a name called Listing Rage. I think that would be really, really cool. What's going on, James? Welcome in. So you guys have probably seen in chat, people were putting out numbers, and that's actually the subscriber number they are when they subscribe to this amazing lady's YouTube channel. So she's already has a lot of videos on her YouTube channel. And so go subscribe to her. Me and my really cool admin will put the link constantly throughout chat. You guys can go quickly subscribe and come back. We've got a lot to go over tonight, and that is she's got a really cool amount of videos already on her channel. So when you guys subscribe, put the number of subscriber you are, and I'll shout you out. Flipping Blonde 58. Then we have Connie, who's always amazing, 57. Scrap Happy Thrifter, by the way, I love the name, 56. Resell 55, who also has a great YouTube channel. Flip It, we talked about this amazing guy, 53. Beth 54. Barry, Mr. Thrifty Santa, the best Santa in the business, 52. You see how much love there is for you, Hollywood?
I appreciate it, guys.
Man, Treasure 60, Lou Hustle 63, and Lou, I appreciate your love, by the way. Again, all right, guys, so 80 people watching. Let's hit this like button. Let's get into this. So you kind of like skipped over 5 of my questions, which is great. I've never had that happen before. So how do I start here? So now you are full-time currently, right?
Yes, that's right.
Okay, and you're on Poshmark, eBay, any other platforms? Do you sell local?
Yeah, I sell a little bit. I dabble with Amazon a little bit. And I've tried, I've listed a few things up on Mercari, but I just have not been able to get into Mercari yet.
Are you still using that really old heat press? Because I've actually bought a heat press.
Only like if I make my own t-shirts. I don't actually really use it in my business, but I'll use it every now and then for like some crafts or stuff like that.
So Treasure 60, Beth, by the way, Beth is my neighbor. She's like 10 feet away from me.
Is this Beth 10 of Hearts?
No, this is my neighbor Beth, but Beth 10 of Hearts.
Oh yeah.
Yep. The Flipping 64, Fortunate 59, Joanna 67, Thrifted 67. Oh, there's always a delay in the subscribers. So guys, thank you so much. So give us an idea of where you are living now, and kind of give me an idea of where you're thrifting. What are you thrifting? Are you doing men's clothes, women's clothes? And then kind of like where you're at and what kind of stores you like thrifting. You don't have to give us your honey holes, but just kind of like give us the lay of the land of Hollywood Rage.
Okay, so we're in Georgia right now, and I'm in an area that is really hard to find like higher end items. But the places that I go, like we do have a Ben's that is like 45 minutes away from us, but it sucks. Like it is not a good Ben's at all. So if I want to go to the Ben's, I have to go about like an hour and a half to 2 hours away. So I do go to the Ben's every so often. And I go to like the regular Goodwill store that is in our town. And that's where I do most of my thrifting. But I recently have came across a source that is providing me with items that they thrift, and they ship them to me, and the prices are like the same, maybe even less than what I would pay at Goodwill. So I'm actually like, I'm not right now even having to go out and source. I'm having the items coming in to me. And that has been like a big help. So and this person is able to get like the higher end items that I can't get in the area that I live.
Well, the one thing too that's awesome about having inventory come to you is the fact that right now it's list season. I mean, and yeah, it's great to go out sourcing, but you're spending so much time jumping in the car. I'm sure everybody buys a coffee and then they go sourcing, right? And then having inventory dropped off your door is going to make it quick. You can list more, which also brings more money. Rusted Raccoon. There was a hair, guys. That's what that was. Rusted Raccoon is in the house, and he says he was 69, not 68. I appreciate the adjustment, Rusted. He's got a great YouTube channel too, guys. And those that are new to this channel, you guys at any time can put in your YouTube channel name, your Poshmark name, your Instagram name. I am a very approval. I have a lot of people that want to self-promote in my chat. Completely fine. I love to help you guys grow on social media. So if you guys want to put that, you're more than welcome. All right. So there is a Goodwill Bins in Georgia, ?
Well, there is one in Savannah, Georgia, but I've actually never been to that one. The ones that I go to are in Florida because I live in South Georgia. Like we're kind of right on the Georgia-Florida line. So I go to Florida to some of the bins there.
Now, do you need football gear at the bins that you go to, or give me an idea how much the prices are too, if you remember them.
Yeah, the one in Orlando that I've been to, it could get pretty aggressive there. And the price was $1.59 a pound the last time I was there. Now there's one in Tallahassee. That's the one that is the closest to me. And that's the one that is not, it's like a really small bin. And the price, I think it was $1.79 when I was there. But I did go kind of later in the day, and some of the stuff may have been peeked over. I probably need to give them another try and see and go earlier.
Yeah, I like to do. I'm going this weekend. I'm going to the bins here in Oregon, 2 of them, the Milwaukee one and the airport location, and I try to take footage of every single bins because they're all kind of laid out differently. So when you go next time, make sure you take footage for your channel of the actual layout of the bins. Now you got to be
okay.
Because I don't know, some of them don't like you doing that. Me, I'm just like, oh, okay, what's going on? But some of them, they don't want you to do that. So you got to be a little sneaky about it. But I'm thinking about getting the spy glasses so I can do that during storage units and during nobody can see the cameras that are built in those glasses. So tell me a little bit about your husband's. I'm assuming he's not, I mean, he did, was it 19 or 21 years? I can't remember.
Yeah, he served 21 years in the Army, and he retired just a few years ago. He's working a full-time job right now, and he's actually working to put us a pool in because he does not like to use credit for anything. He wants to pay cash for everything. So he's trying to save up the money to put us an in-ground pool in, and then he's going to be quitting that job, and he's going to go in with me full time.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
So not only did he serve the military, guys, give her husband, who's probably not watching, but give him some love. That 21 years is a very long time. And it seems like he was in a couple wars, or did he do 2?
Yeah, he was deployed 3 times. He went to Iraq once, and he went to Afghanistan twice.
I mean, come on, that is incredible. And so bless his heart, he wants to get a job so the man can just relax in his pool with a floaty, right?
Yeah, because actually when we moved here, we moved closer to home, and we found a house that it was like the perfect house for us in my business. And you know, the only thing it didn't have was a pool, which was like what I wanted when we bought a house. So he loved the house, and he was like, let's just buy this house, and I promise I'll put you a pool in. So he got a job, and that's what he's working towards.
That is amazing. That is amazing. I can just see him out there with a beer, and a pink like flamingo floaty in his pool, just enjoying life. That's awesome. Does he help you with your business a little bit now at all?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Does he help you with your reselling business now?
He helps a little bit, but he doesn't have a whole lot of time, you know, because he works full time, and then on the side he has investment properties that he does. And he does all the work on the properties. He fixes them up. And so he doesn't really have a whole lot of time to help me, but he has been to the bins with me and he's helped me find some items. And he'll help me with organization and that type of stuff. Like this Friday, we're like redoing our whole inventory system right now. And he was helping me with that this past Friday. So he helps in that sense. But as far as like getting online and listing or shipping, he's not doing that right now.
But it sounds like he's pretty supportive, which is awesome.
Oh yeah, he's totally supportive.
So right before she went on live, I heard the cha-ching. So you're obviously doing something right. You're selling stuff back there.
Yeah.
There, cash is king. That's right, Rusty Raccoon. I think if you can use cash as opposed to credit, a lot of people get in trouble when they use their credit, especially this time of year. To buy inventory, people will use their credit cards, and then what will happen is they won't pay them off in time, and then it's just snowball effects going into next year. So be careful of that. Lou 83 watchers, 30 thumbs up. I appreciate the love. If you guys want to hit the thumbs up below the video, right hand side. I love the support. I appreciate you guys. So, all right. So, and by the way, I don't know if you missed it. You're looking at chat, but a lot of people love the accents.
Yeah, we have traveled like all around the world, and I've never lost my accent.
Did you, when you went to Germany for a while, did you have a lot of sauerkrauts and brats?
A lot of brats, not sauerkraut though. And a lot of schnitzel. That was our favorite thing to eat in Germany, was schnitzel.
Okay, so by the way, the Germans, they take care of their forest, right? I mean, therefore you won't even see a little twig out of place. They love it.
Oh no, everything is super neat.
All right, so we kind of know the lay of the land. Now, are you doing men's clothes primarily, or are you doing women's clothes?
I was primarily doing women's clothes, but I have gotten into men's clothes now. So, probably like 70-30.
And are you preferring Poshmark or eBay? Kind of give us the land of there.
I totally prefer Poshmark. And I know that's probably different than what, a lot of people would say. And, I ask people a lot of times, are they selling more on eBay or are they selling more on Poshmark? And everybody always says they sell more on eBay. But for me, that's not the case. I sell way more on Poshmark than I do eBay. But I put a lot of time into Poshmark.
I like the fact that you kind of, I was watching one of your videos on YouTube. Yes, I do lurk. I lurk, guys. I watch your guys' YouTube videos. You may not know this, but I do. And you did mention that, you mentioned something really, really smart. Was the fact that, you were on eBay. Now you're on both Poshmark and eBay. And if you get 5 sales on eBay that day and you're not on Poshmark, you only have 5 sales. But if you're on 2 platforms, you have the possibility of double exposure, which means possibly 10 items or 15 items. So I think that was really, really good tip from you to kind of showcase that, because being on multiple platforms, especially if you're full-time, is going to help you tremendously. And also cross-posting. Do you cross-post?
I do. And actually, you asked me earlier about platforms that I sell on, and I forgot to mention this. I do have a Shopify store. And I don't know, like, I was wondering if anybody in chat has a Shopify store. I would like to know that. But I wanted, if you don't have a Shopify store, I wanted to tell you guys how Shopify could help you guys with your selling.
Yes, please do, because that would be amazing. And by the way, Thrift Trader, who I also did a really cool interview with him, he's got virtually the same accent. So that's the key to my success, is I invite really sound appealing guests on my channel, and they all love hearing from you guys. So okay, so tell me a little bit about this. Could be a nugget, so let me get my pen and paper here and tell me a little bit about Shopify.
Okay, yeah, so like I see in chat, some people are saying, what is Shopify? So, and I've got a video about this on my YouTube channel explaining, it goes in more depth about Shopify, but, and I'm not a Shopify expert and I'm not an affiliate of Shopify. I've just used the platform and I've learned a few tips and tricks along the way. And so, like I was saying, a lot of people, they're not exactly sure what Shopify is. And many people think it's just another platform to sell items on, but it's actually not just that. Shopify is where you have your own website. So it acts like a host, but they have valuable tools on there that can help you create your own website. And so, like, if you are a seller on eBay and Amazon, you can add them onto your Shopify store, and you can post the item on Shopify, and then you can send it to Amazon or send it to eBay, and it all syncs together. So Shopify kind of acts like an inventory manager. And a lot of people don't know that. And by the way, the basic store for Shopify is $29 a month. But with Shopify, you would be responsible for driving traffic to it, to your own website. But like I said, it all syncs together. So, and Poshmark is not included in this. Like, Poshmark is something separate, but Shopify is always announcing that they're adding other selling platforms onto their apps. So they may add Poshmark eventually. But like I said, you would be responsible for driving traffic to Shopify. And if you list the item on Shopify and then it goes Amazon and eBay and you sell it on eBay, it's going to automatically take that inventory off of Shopify and off of Amazon. So let's say you're selling on Poshmark, right? And then you have your Shopify store and you've got items on Amazon and eBay. If you sell something on Poshmark, all you're going to have to do is go onto Shopify and remove that item. Like, you won't have to go onto each different platform. So, you know, for people that cross post, I'm sure you can see like that would be a huge benefit for you. And so like I was saying, you would be responsible for driving traffic to your store. And like, if you're shipping out packages, in my opinion, and you're not including any kind of marketing material in those packages, like, you're losing out, in my opinion. And what I do is, in each package that I ship, I either include this little card. I don't know if you guys could see that, but it's just a little card that I cut out and I stamp it, and it says thank you, and it has my website down there, and then I have my business card. And I put one of these in each package that I ship out. And sometimes I'll even include like a flyer saying, you know, that I have the same exact items for sale on my website, and I'm running a sale, and that they can purchase the items on my website. And what this does, you know, you can have your items with free shipping or lower price, because you're not going to have the Amazon and eBay fees, you know, so it's going to save you money in that way. But that's one thing you can do. And then another big benefit to having a Shopify store is they have all kind of apps on Shopify. And one of the apps that they have is Tscape. And I don't know if you guys are familiar with Tscape, but if you're familiar with merch on Amazon, it's sort of like that, but it's a little bit different. Tscape is free to use. You can download the app, and you can only use Tscape now. They've changed it. That you can only use it now if you have a Shopify store. So you go on the Tscape app and you design t-shirts, and it's super easy to do. You can use images that are already loaded onto Tscape, or you could use your own images to create designs. And if you already are like on Amazon merch, you can use your merch designs and put them on there, and you can have your own t-shirt business on Shopify, you know, selling t-shirts, sweatshirts, tank tops, baby onesies. And another good thing about Tscape is that once you put it on there, you're basically done, because Shopify, once you get an order for a shirt, Shopify will send that order to Tscape, and Tscape automatically fulfills it for you, and they send your customer tracking information and everything. So if you ever wanted to start your own t-shirt business, it's a really great way to get started in it, and it's a great way to have passive income. But that's my whole spiel on Shopify.
That is, I've never heard of that, actually. I don't know much about Shopify. And I think that's really cool, the fact that you can, you know, cross post and then just, delete items based on your Shopify store, right? That's crazy. So you guys go check that video out. You did a more in-depth video on your channel, right?
Yes, that's right.
Wow, chat is flying. Chat is flying, guys. All right, so where do I start? So first, I think you would be amazing friends with Gina. Gina, are you still in here? She is really, really cool, and she's got a Southern accent as well. Barry, am I right? Am I right, Mr. Thrifty Santa? All right, this woman is awesome. That's what Barry said, guys. Go check out his YouTube channel as well.
Hey, Santa.
Hey, get off the naughty list, guys. Get off the naughty list. All right. Do you have several saved designs from the old T-shirt business that you use on Merch by Amazon?
No, it was actually something totally different. On Merch by Amazon, you actually go in to software and you create your own design. But with the old T-shirt business that we used to operate, it was where we would order heat transfers from companies, from like wholesale companies, and we just pressed it onto the T-shirt. So no, we don't have any of those designs.
I actually I was going to start a T-shirt company up back in the day, and I bought a heat press. But I never did anything with it. This was back when I was just got out of high school. I was going to do like a Volcom type, brand, and I never did anything with it, but they're fun. It's fun to heat press.
Yeah.
And you basically, you may do it differently, but you print out like that wax paper, your design or whatever, and then you cut it out and you put it on there and you heat press it. Is that how you guys did it?
No, we actually ordered I know what you're talking about because I tried that before, but the, the transfer was like really hard on the shirt and it wasn't very professional. But the ones that we would order would be screen printed designs that were put on paper, and they were really soft, but we had printed some out on our computer on the transfer paper and put that on, and we've done that too.
So what is the it sounds like you've got two kiddos that you had when you were younger, right?
Yeah, that's right.
So what are they doing right now?
My oldest daughter is a hairdresser at a salon here, and then my middle daughter is a bank teller. And then we have a 15-year-old daughter that is in the band. She plays the drums.
What happened there? You got a combination of everything. So if you're hair done, you can do that, right? If you want financial, somebody counting your money, that you got that, and then you'll also have somebody that can play you music. I've never heard of that combination before.
Yeah.
I just sold a Tommy Bahama. You are good luck over here. Let's see. Yep, Tommy Bahama just sold. Not bad, not bad. Okay. So I think we've got a good we have a good vantage point here. Now tell me, are you a budgeter? Do you budget your money? Do you try to save as much money as you can? And if so, what's your favorite apps on your phone to use? This could be reselling related or coupon related or anything that can help you with your day-to-day.
Yeah, I'm a budgeter, but right now I don't really focus on it. I used to use coupons.com, and I used to print a lot of coupons out from the app on, through my computer, and I would cut the coupons, and I had got into couponing big one time, but it takes a lot of time to do that. So I don't have time to do it anymore.
That's my secret obsession, is doing couponing, but I haven't really started yet. How has reselling changed you and your family's life? If I were to go back in time and your parents did not buy that booth, that heat press, right? That company, how would that have changed your life from where you are today? How has reselling changed your life? And other than that beautiful pool.
If my parents would have never bought that T-shirt press, I would probably be working a 9-to-5 job as a nurse, and I wouldn't have as much time to care for my family, my home. And selling online, it's just gave me so much freedom to be here with them. I can take my daughter to band practice when she needs to go and pick her up. I could take her to band camp or anything she's got going on with school. And, you know, it's made a difference to me. That's the biggest thing, is the freedom that you get with selling. You know, you're your own boss, so you can do whatever you want. You don't have to ask to be off. And that's the biggest thing to me.
What is some mistakes you made and that you wish you would have known maybe even a few years ago when it comes to reselling?
The biggest mistake that I made was when eBay went through all of those changes. And, you know, like I told you, I went from being a six-figure seller down to like 20, 30,000 a year. And I got so frustrated and I gave up. And I really feel like if I would have stuck in there and, you know, just kept with it, that I could be so much further than I am right now with my selling. Because so much evolved in selling throughout the years that I wasn't a part of. You know, I kind of got on it late because I got out of it. So to me, that's my biggest regret, is getting out of selling and not keeping on, because I feel like I could be so much further with it.
And now, are you paying your son-in-law to help you with this? And are you paying per listing?
Yeah, no, actually I pay him per hour. And you know, where we live, the minimum wage is only like $7 and something an hour. So right now he's been working for me like a couple of months now. And right now I'm paying him $8 an hour, which I know is not a whole lot. But, you know, I told him once we really get it going and he learns everything and, you know, it's growing, I'm going to pay him more.
What's how did I can't, I'm trying to remember as you're talking here. How did we meet? Did we meet through Instagram? You're watching my, how did we meet? Do you remember?
Let's see.
Wow. Was it Instagram?
I don't, you know, I was coming on your channel and I was watching your videos. Like I wouldn't miss any. I was watching all of your lives, and you did a channel review on my YouTube channel.
That, okay. I remember. Okay. I know I remember I did that, but I was wondering. So
yeah. And then you also, on another live, you did a review of my Instagram account.
How's the barbecue where you're at? You guys have good barbecue in the South?
Oh yeah. It's great. And my husband makes the best barbecue ever.
So it sounds like he's the chef in that, or do you guys kind of take turns doing it?
No, actually, he does not cook at all. I do all the cooking, unfortunately. I do all the cooking, but every now and then he will fire up the grill every now and then.
Nice. Okay. So, all right. So I think we got the lay of the land here. Tell me, I know you watch me, but I like to ask this question because when I first started, you know, I'd find one person on YouTube, which led to another reseller. And so give me a few people, as many as you want, that you enjoy watching on YouTube for reselling. And it doesn't necessarily need to be reselling related to YouTubers that you like watching that possibly people in chat, the 100 people that are watching now, may not know of.
Okay, well, of course you. And then I like to watch Rally Roots. Everybody knows them. I watch Raking Profits. I'm sure everybody's familiar with him. One that I love that you had on your channel is David from Thrifty Dad. He is awesome. Like, he is so funny. I love watching him. And then I like to watch Alma with My Thrifted Escape. I watch Todd with Flippin' Hustler. Of course, Valerie with Hickory Springs. I love her. And Thrifty Wanderluster. You had her on. And I love watching Beth with 10 of Hearts. There's so many. Like, I watch so many of them. But those are some of the main ones that I could think of off the top of my head.
Do you ever tell your husband some of these YouTubers? Do you ever talk to him about us?
I do, but you know what? He doesn't really get it. You know, like, he doesn't really understand this whole reseller community thing. And when I told him I was going to do an interview, he was kind of like, what? An interview? You know, like, he didn't get it. So he doesn't really, you know, he's not really tech savvy and stuff. He doesn't do social media really either. He's kind of old fashioned.
Like, honey, David's on. Food will be done in a little bit. Like, is it anything like that?
Yeah.
That's it's amazing. I really like David. I feel like if I was in his area, he would come over and be like, hey, sleep on my couch. Let's go through it. Like, he seems like that really, really welcoming guy.
Yeah, he's great. He's so funny and he's so down to earth, and like he just tells it like it is, you know.
Yeah, no more pants from David. I guess too many returns. Pants are tricky when you sell those on eBay because they're one of the few articles of clothing that are not really forgiving if they don't fit. You know what I mean? So, all right. Watching this while cooking dinner. I'm curious, guys. 100 people that's watching. Is there anybody that has me on the big screen while they're cooking dinner? I try to keep it PG here just in case the family's on. All right. So, and I also want to ask too, where are you guys living at? That's everybody in chat. Is there any, give me some Southern shout outs here. Is there anybody in the Southern area that is in chat right now? Let me know. Anybody in her neck of the woods, let me know. All right. So I think we found out kind of by the way, I can tell that you know when you talk to resellers that they enjoy reselling and if they don't. And I feel like you are enjoying yourself right now.
Yes, I love it. Like, it's my passion. I love it. And, you know, no matter what I've done, like going and working for the Army as a nurse and all that, it always comes back to this.
Man, we got a lot of Southern people in here. They're taking over chat, guys. What is going on? Tennessee, Virginia, Illinois. Man, there's a Kentucky. Kentucky Fried Chicken. Every time I think of Kentucky for some reason, it's really interesting. Tennessee, Georgia. We have another Georgia, Ohio. So there's a lot of Southern in here. You guys better make some good barbecue and ship it to me. You can't do that, right? Dry ice, just ship it. I'll give you my address if you guys make it. All right. So what are you doing to prepare for fourth quarter?
I have been sourcing like crazy and trying to list. And let me tell you, like I said earlier, I've been redoing our whole inventory system. And the reason that I've been doing it is because when I was only selling the boutique clothing, I would get orders in from wholesale suppliers and I would just hang them up on the racks. And I knew where everything was. But once I started thrifting items, like everything started getting like just mixed up, and I was selling items that I couldn't find or items that I didn't have in stock. And so what I did was I just took everything off and I started over. And it's been crazy. Like I picked a bad time to do it because it's in the middle of fourth quarter, right? But I had to do it because I was getting defects on my account. But yeah, I'm sourcing a lot. I'm trying to list as much as possible. I've stocked up on my shipping supplies, and that's basically what I've been doing to get ready.
Are you working out of the garage right now? Like where are you keeping your inventory?
Well, actually, my inventory has been in the garage, and I have a room, like my garage is right here to the right of me. And I have a room right here off of the garage. It's a living area, but it's a second living area in our home, and we've turned it into my office. And I'm actually in the process of pulling inventory into the house and putting it on racks in the house in my office area.
Now, I like to ask this question. It's a newer question I asked. Like, give me like a listing type for you. So let's say you listed like a t-shirt or something. Are you doing free returns? Are you doing promoted listings? Like, give us like a snapshot of a listing for you through eBay.
Okay, so let me tell you, when they started pushing free returns, right, I was like, I am not gonna do free returns, like no way. But then I got to thinking about it, and I was like, well, a buyer can file an INAD, right, and send it back, and I'll have to pay or whatever. So I turned free returns on, and at the time I was offering free shipping. Well, when I turned free returns on, my return rate went up like double. I mean, I really don't get many returns at all, but when I turned that on, I started getting in returns. And so I was like, okay, this is like eat into my profits. I'm gonna have to turn it off. So I turned it off for a while, and I got to thinking about it, and I saw where someone else that I was watching their video, I can't remember now who it was, but they had said the thing to do is have returns on, but charge shipping. Because that way, if somebody returns an item, you're only out of the shipping one time. And, you know, I got to thinking about it. And whenever I had started offering free shipping, like I didn't see an increase in sales really. So I went ahead and I started back charging shipping, and I turned free returns back on. And I think that that's what's working really good for me. Even though I turned free returns back on and I'm charging the shipping, like it just seems like for some reason I'm still not, you know, I'm not getting a lot of returns now.
So we have Hip Flippin' Mama, the mama of the reselling community. How are you? How are you? Let me know if you're going to eBay Open 2019. I think that's really interesting. I think that's cool. Do free returns and then offer shipping. So it kind of helps with that. And I think that's, I believe, I don't know who said that either. I think it was David possibly, but I think that's a really, really good technique and way to do it. By the way, who else likes fried okra besides me? Am I saying that right? I don't know.
Yeah, fried okra is great.
I haven't tried it. Okay. By the way, guys, I miss these interviews. I know it's only been a week and a half since we've had our last one, but I feel like it's been a year. And so much love in chat. So many people come in here, and the chat's always booming now. I have Hollywood. I have one of the best chats in all of the reselling community, I think.
You do. You really do.
There's a few good ones out there, and I think definitely our channel is one of them. But all right, so I don't know what to say, like, other than the fact that I think you are amazing and you've got such a cool vibe about you. I can understand now why so many people really, really like you in chat, and so many people have subscribed to your YouTube channel. Can you give me a snapshot of what you're going to be doing for your YouTube channel for everybody that's subscribed to you today and tonight? What can they expect? The accent. What can they expect?
Well, on my YouTube channel, you know, I really am focused on it being educational to try to help people that are already selling, or maybe people that are wanting to get into selling. So I do a lot of videos on tips and tricks, kind of like how I told you about the Shopify thing. Like I do a lot of videos like that, that just can, like, my slogan on YouTube is I want to help you go further with your online selling. And that's what my mission is to help other people go further with their online selling. And, you know, I'm not an expert. I'm sure there's many people in chat that know way more about selling than I do, but I have, you know, learned some things over the years, and I've made some mistakes, and I just want to share those with other people that are selling or that are wanting to sell, to help them to not make those mistakes.
It's all about like putting yourself out there.
Yeah, I do have one announcement. So this is something that is really big for us. My husband has been after me for years to get into being a wholesaler, right? And so Friday, I just signed a contract with Poshmark to be a brand partner. So what that means is I'm going to be selling wholesale on Poshmark under the wholesale portal. And so I'm super excited about that. And we're going to expand that. And we're actually I'm in the process of changing my website. And it's going to be a wholesale website now, where we're going to sell wholesale boutique items. So if somebody has like young children and it's hard for them to go out and source, or if somebody has like medical conditions and it's hard for them to go out to the bins, you know, because it's hard on your back at the bins. But for people like that, selling boutique items is a really great way to go, because you don't have to go out and source. The items come to you. You can use, you know, if you used us as your wholesale supplier, you could use our photos that we provide. Basically, all you have to do is list it and ship it. So it's a good way to, you know, like I said earlier, to me, thrifting items is more profitable than selling boutique items. But boutique items are still profitable. So it's a good way for you to get into selling if you're not able to go out and source items.
I want to touch on that real quick. So can you give me like a step, like what does that mean to be like authorized to sell? So basically Poshmark has people that have access to getting a lot of inventory at once that they then can sell in big lumps. People that buy it then to sell it for profit.
Right. And like if you go, let's see, if you go on Poshmark and you go, down at the bottom, like if you're on your phone and you go down at the bottom, the second icon, the shop one, if you go to that and you scroll down, there's a wholesale section. And you can go into that wholesale section and it's got a list of wholesalers on there. And I think there's like 96 or something like that. But like there's like 4 billion 4 billion Poshmark users, right? And there's only like 96 wholesalers on there. But if you go there, that's a list of wholesalers that that you can purchase from and resell the items on Poshmark or anywhere else you want to sell them.
Oh, the nuggets.
But they don't let anybody into the program. Like you got to have access to the products, and they send you a contract, and you have to agree to all of their terms on how they want you to list the items and everything. And you have to like show them how you're getting your items, your suppliers and all that. I think they just want to make sure you're a legitimate source that can provide items in bulk to other sellers.
What's your Poshmark name? Do you mind giving it out?
On my regular selling store is Amy Ray Fashions. And then we're under the wholesale portal as Hollywood Rage.
Oh, so what? How much inventory do you typically keep in? How much inventory do you typically keep in inventory, thrifted and wholesale? So how much inventory?
That was a mouthful.
Did you try to get me on that one? You did.
Honestly, I don't have an exact number right now of our inventory, but I would say, oh my goodness, we have thousands of items. And right now, I only have like a quarter of the items listed probably because I'm redoing everything, But I don't know, maybe like 2,000-3,000 items maybe in stock. It could be more. I'm not sure.
Guys, let me know if anybody in chat's in wholesale. So whether you buy wholesale or you sell wholesale, I'm curious to see if anybody of you guys do that. If you buy Amazon returns, electronic returns, or from different pallet, I can give you a couple tips, guys. I'll bring up my computer real quick here and show you guys. So this is my laptop, and let me just let's out a few things here. So I get emails like this all the time. You guys can't really see it, but it's emails that has a bunch of attachments, and the reason I get these emails is they're from liquidators. For example, this one I just showed you, they have 7,000 shoes in stock, and they're wanting to sell them at $7 a pair to me, which is a little bit high. But the advantages of doing social media and putting yourself out there is not just the fact that you get paid on YouTube. It's the fact that you get people contact you constantly. I get liquidators all the time that contact me and want to sell me their products, and so it opens more doors. So it kind of works hand to hand. It helps you in many ways. One, you put yourself out there, so you keep yourself accountable. You meet so many cool people, and then they can feed off you and learn from you, and you learn from them. And then it also opens doors to people contacting you with products. And it's all about networking in this game, because ultimately, without networking, you're just kind of stale. You're sitting in one spot until you meet that next person that can make you that much better. And so there's a lot of reasons why I'm always advocating towards, starting a YouTube channel. And it's not popular, guys. Like a lot of YouTubers, they do not want other YouTubers within the space because it gets crowded, right? I don't think of it that way. I think it just raises the bar. And but you know, this is not a popular subject, helping people grow their social media. It really isn't. And but I think it's necessary when you're full time and even part time, is to document your journey, even if you're making these videos private for just you to see. But as you grow, it'll open more doors and more contacts, more networking capabilities. So that being said, I just wanted to kind of touch on that, because that's one reason why I love helping people that are new to social media grow, because I know how hard it was when I first started. My first 100, if it wasn't for a few YouTubers, it would have took me forever to get to my first 100 and then my first 1,000. And now we're approaching, you know, we're at 5,000, soon to be 10,000. So it's a really rewarding experience, especially if you have support and you can network and meet so many cool people. So that being said, I figured that's why my channel will always be, as long as you're not spamming chat with your link, I have no problem you guys cross-posting and giving your guys' information out for others to follow you. So it's really a beautiful time. Hollywood isn't amazing. You just pick up your phone and make money. Like, it
sure is. Nothing better.
Nothing better. And you are the complete package. You are a great speaker. You obviously have somebody that does your hair extremely well, probably, right?
My daughter.
Yes.
She's a hairdresser.
You've got the background, the amazing support of somebody that has been part of our country for 21 years and served. I think that's fantastic. You guys barbecue your house. Man, you're gonna have a pool. Like, you may have another roommate pretty soon.
I know, you're gonna have to come over for a visit.
Yeah, man, get me all excited up in here and got barbecue and everything. So, I wish the best for you and your channel. And I think, like I said, it's really cool to get different people, different perspectives and nuggets from so many cool people. So if anybody's in chat right now and you're listening and you want to come on the channel with me, you just need to message me through Instagram, not email right now because my emails are packed. But message me through Instagram if you want to come on the channel, and I'll get you on here live with me, and we can go over your journey and see how you got started and your family and your friends. So, Mr.
Yeah, and you know what, Wade? Yep. What you were saying earlier about opening yourself up, I totally agree with that 100%. Like, if you want to stay in your little bubble, like, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you want to go further, you know, you really need to put yourself out there, because it really opens up the doors for other opportunities. And if I would not have overcame my fears and put myself out there, I would not have some of the opportunities that have came to me recently.
I agree more. It's funny how it's like when I first started eBay and I was like, I'm not doing Amazon. I will not do Amazon. I love eBay, and I love eBay. But then once I downloaded the seller app and I was like, oh, okay, this is easy. I can just scan and find out if I can make money. It changes your perspective. It's kind of like the grass. The grass is green where you're at, but once you jump the fence, it could be greener. You know, you learn. It's not as scary as you thought it would be. Mr.
That's exactly right.
You want to shout out this super chat for me?
Who is that? Let's see. Pac-Man? Is that the one?
Yes.
Pac-Man, $20 in the super chat. I love Pac-Man. He's awesome. He always shouts me out on videos and stuff that we're on.
So thanks, Wade, for always finding these amazing people. I continue to learn and grow from all the people I've met through you, bud. I appreciate that. It was crazy to me. Like, when I went to eBay Open 2018, there are people that come up to me constantly and say, hey, really nice to meet you. And I think that's really, really cool. And I got to sit down with people and have food and you know, learn how they got started. And the networking for me was key, but also that was like really apparent was not just like people knowing me, but people knowing other people because they've been on this channel. I thought that was like really impactful for me. So there's a lot of people that created bonding relationships and people that shared the same hotel room, that they met that person via my channel. And I thought that was really cool. So, I mean, that's one of the purposes too, is to get people on here so they can meet you And then, you know, possibly when they see you out and about, they can reach out to you, or you guys can do events together or talk or just be friends. So that's one really cool thing about doing this.
Yeah, you know, and I've even met people just being in your chat. I've created a bond with other people just in your chat.
Yeah, it goes down to the fact that I do have some really cool people in this chat. All right, guys. So that being said, we're towards the end of the show. The hour goes by super, super quick. And we got Reseller Mom in the house. It was so funny when I did the interview with Reseller Mom. She spent 45 minutes with me after our interview to help me out with Amazon. So
she is awesome. I've been watching her videos a lot lately, and she's great.
Too bad she wasn't like a better Fortnite player. I heard she wasn't very good, but we'll have to duel it out maybe with my level 1 versus your level what 50 or something. Yeah, no, she's amazing. Like I said, it's really opening doors with social media. It really does open your doors. So if you ever want to come on here on the channel, let me know. Message me via Instagram. We have a interview tomorrow, guys. It's a secret who it is. Cannot tell you who it is. But we always leave off the show with words of wisdom. Words of wisdom. And I did forget one question for you, Hollywood Ray.
Okay.
What part did your dad play in your reselling? Because I know that he sounds like he was a big part of your life.
Yeah, he was a big part of my life. And, you know, he was a hustler himself. He was a carpenter, and I've never seen another man work as hard as he worked, you know, and he was always trying new businesses, and, you know, he was just willing to try anything, you know, to try to make it. And the t-shirt thing was what stuck with them. And that is really just what inspired me to get started selling.
So it always starts somewhere. It's really cool to have parents. Cherish your parents that support you. I think that's cool. Should I dress up as a Halloween? And I would recommend that, Hickory, because I will be dressed up as well. I'm trying to think of what I will be dressed up as. I think a big
Hickory is wonderful. I love her.
And she was like, hey, she messaged me on the Insta that I spent 2 hours a day on. And she says, Wade, I bought a light through your affiliate link for YouTubing. And I thought, that is so amazing. So yeah, she's always been super, super supportive. She's brought a few people to the show as well that I didn't know about. So it's crazy. How about I just wear clothes? Not required, but you can wear whatever you want on the live show. Rita, what are you doing? It's 7 minutes past our live show right now. All right, guys, so we're going to call it. Wade, this is the first guest that has spoken about Shopify. Yes, that is correct. She is the first. It's always a first on the channel, it seems like. And she is the first guest that has talked about it. Rusted Raccoon. Go check out her YouTube channel, guys. If you're watching this after the fact, her YouTube link is below. Go subscribe, support this amazing woman, and go subscribe to her YouTube channel. Go check out that Shopify video, and much love to every single one of you guys. Thank you so much for all the support. Make sure you hit the thumbs up button, the right-hand side below the video. It doesn't pay me anything. It just gets this video out to more people so more people can discover Hollywood and her amazing family, and the fact that she's getting a pool soon, and she barbecues, and she's got a hairdresser, a banker, and a band player for her children, which is really crazy. And you guys have an awesome night. Thank you so much for joining, and much love.
Thank you, everybody, and thank you, Wade.
No problem. Oh, wait. Hollywood, we forgot the words of wisdom. We never quit the show without that. What's
Okay, so my words of wisdom is, if selling is something that you love to do, and if it's your passion, and not just selling, but anything in life, just work hard and keep at it, and don't give up, because you never know what opportunities lie ahead for you. And if you're wanting to start and you haven't yet, just do it. Like, take a leap, get started selling items out of your own closet first, and then take that money and invest in merchandise at the bins or in some wholesale orders, and just do it.
Just do it, guys. Thank you so much for the super chat, Just and Lou. Have an awesome night, guys. Until next time on the Wade's Ventures channel. See ya.